Good evening, everyone. Just to wrap up the council meeting this evening for the City of Grand Rapids. As you saw, there was a small council. We had one council member who was sick, Councilmember Christie, and we had one council member away on an approved excuse down in Florida doing work for their business that he also is in. So they have an opportunity to miss some meetings, but it's quite infrequent that people do that. A little bit of background on the consent agenda. One of the primary ones that we had done was a resolution ordering the feasibility report for the overlay and reconstruction of 5th Street out here on the north side of the building we're currently in. That's going to be a project that we need to do some work in 2015 here, but the project will be a 2016 project. So that went real well in the fact that we've been looking at this for quite some time, and we've been exploring bike lanes and some of that. So we'll continue to get feedback through this summer on how bike lanes are working, and the report that will come back will eventually have a recommendation on where and if bike lanes continue to stay on 5th Street from an east-west standpoint in preparation for the work that's going to be coming up. We moved a few items forward this evening. The key one that came through, and it came through on the consent agenda then, is at the library we'd lost a position over there. I shouldn't say we lost a position. We had an employee who retired. And because we had 2 part-time employees over there working 30 hours a week each, with the Affordable Care Act at 30 hours, they are entitled to health care coverage. So the library staff and their board looked at, would it make sense to replace that employee, or does it make sense to increase the hours of the 2 that are working 30 hours a week up to full-time employment with the benefits at that point in time, and then we would just not fill that library position. So currently that's the recommendation of the council, is that we will be going from 3 positions down to 2 positions, and we'll be adding 10 hours to each of the 2 remaining employees over there. And we will leave that 3rd position unfilled at this point in time, going out into the future until the library would come in and say that the hours and the requirements over there determine that we need to fill that position. We won't eliminate it, but we just won't fill it for the foreseeable future. One of the other ones that we had done was we moved forward and talked about social media within the City of Grand Rapids. The city has 8 Facebook pages and 2 Twitter accounts, and we would like to get that moved forward by February 1st. According to Lynn, that's a big area that needs some oversight and the ability to get out there and to hear and to see what's going on within the City of Grand Rapids. So we'll move that one forward as well. We talked a little bit about the wellness program. I think the big one here is, because of some feedback in the past, we've had a lot of both positive and negative, more negative, I would say, on employees going out and using the golf course under what we call a wellness program within the city and then not paying. With the golf course being a standalone enterprise fund under the city's umbrella, we said, you know, that doesn't make sense. So we eliminated free golf out there. If employees want to go out there, they have to pay as anyone else using the golf course would going forward as of tonight or going into the spring. But we still do encourage wellness. Employees have that opportunity to go out there and do some type of wellness activity, and as a result earn some wellness dollars, up to $200 that go in their health savings account. Some big, actually technology carried the bulk of the request this evening. Rob Matei came forward in community development looking at a new plotter associated with maintenance plans, and that's a 5-year, 60-month lease at about $1,614 a month out there. That was approved. We approved a 3-year agreement with ESRI for GIS services. Those services are about $75,000 over the 3 years, or $25,000 a year. 33% of that is paid for by the Public Utility Commission. 60 cents is funded by the city. We authorized a supplemental letter of agreement with SEH to do that roadway stormwater improvement project funding, to look at that project memorandum. That's the work that's going to be done over the next 6 months in preparation for the road work out here on 5th. We also authorized engineering to purchase software from CityWorks. The software is going to cost roughly $23,000, and then we will have a professional service group, Timmons Group, come in and implement it for the city at a cost not to exceed $95,000. There'll be a lot of streamlining and a lot of ability to incorporate different city departments, functions, and paperwork all into one process. Eventually, we think that that will help hold the need for additional staffing within the city going out into the future for some time. We paid the bills, and we're looking forward to seeing everyone again, I believe, on February 9th. With that, hope everyone has a good evening.